I ever tell you guys about the time I almost killed a homeless man in Vegas?
No.
All right, I'm gonna mute my microphone.
So it was in 2017. It's not a very long story, but it was in 2017. My family and I went to Vegas to we took a family vacation out there. We were on our way back from seeing a show. It was on like the outer strip. We were walking past, and what they don't tell you is there's like a 6-lane highway that goes through fucking Vegas, and it's just like it's like a fucking you can walk 2 abreast sidewalk, and that's it.
I give myself 10 seconds before this thing blows.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But we're walking, and there's this homeless guy he's mumbling to himself and all that. Well, he fucking steps up to my stepmother and my brother. And fucking, like, you could tell he's about to get aggressive with him. So I fucking step between them, and I basically grab him by his shirt, and I fucking push him toward the edge of the sidewalk. And he's fucking, as I'm holding on to him, basically at the edge of the sidewalk, ready to shove him into traffic if he fucking decides to be even more stupid. And then my family fucking moves past me, and I sort of shove him to the side as I walk away. He's like, fuck you! And then he sort of walks the other way. And I look at my dad, and he looks at me and he goes, all right, just keep going.
We'll never bring this up again.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess that's one way to get in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, for sure.
What's up, everybody? My name is Sam, and this is the internet where things happen. I'm still reeling.
Ting, 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 bing-a-bong, bing, bing, bing-a-bong, boo.
It's, as you're watching this, it's Cridman.
Hey, Christmas! Happy Christmas!
It's Cridman! And me and the boys wanted to kind of get together. I'm wearing this very lovely Christmas sweater. Cole's got his blazer. Zach is excused.
So I have a Christmas themed flannel, but I wore it to the office yesterday, so it's in the wash now.
It's at the cleaners.
It's at the cleaners.
Yeah, I get my flannels dry cleaned. Only the best for them. My dry cleaning bill is off the fucking charts.
Zach has just like cashmere flannels that he just has to have specially treated.
Well, no, the cashmere ones I get wet cleaned.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Well, so now flannel, boys, I don't mean to. Well, actually,
oh my God.
Is a material. So you can't have a cashmere flannel because it's too different.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
You're thinking of the pattern commonly known as tartan.
Whoa.
I just hated
Cole,
myself there, but
we got a badass over here.
I'm tartan not like your attitude, buddy. It's the fucking holidays, and you're over here dunking on me.
The way you keep it up, Sam.
No, fuck you.
Keep it up, Sam. You might find yourself on the edge of a Vegas sidewalk with me.
Speaking of dunking on Cole, though, to continue a Christmas tradition as old as time, when we were jumping on here, so me and Zach, Cole woke up at 3 p.m. today. Texted us and goes, hey, I just woke up. I'm still at Chanel's. I need to eat. Can we push back like an hour? And we were fine with it. We get it. Sometimes you sleep in. So Zach texts me about 45 minutes before we're supposed to start recording and goes, hey, do you want to record something else while we wait for Cole? And I was like, yeah, let's play an episode of Metal Gear, which you'll see later on. So we did. And Cole texts us. He says, I'm in. Wait, my computer crashed. Okay, it's better. I'm in again. And so we're like, okay, we're just wrapping up. We're going to hop in a second. He said, okay. So we hop into the call. Me and Zach are there before Cole.
You can really hear it in the capture.
How?
Like, my computer sounds like a jet turbine right now. I don't have all that money, Mr.
Cole,
Moneybags.
Buy a new computer. I've been telling you this for a year and a half. A year and a half.
Well, you clearly do. You've been paying for internet this whole time. Why don't you just buy
you got this fancy new fucking internet. Buy a new fucking computer. You don't even need a fancy one. Get yourself just a netbook. It sounds like anything would work better than the potato you're currently recording on.
Because this is literally like all you're doing is.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
Broadcasting on a Google Hangout. That's all you need.
I'm well aware of that and recording.
I don't just get a netbook. They're like $200. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Well said. That'll probably be a next year purchase because I just bought Chanel's gifts last night. So
I have to wrap
the bank account a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Tax return season's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And what better to spend your tax return on than a brand new computer?
And a new stimulus check. They finally fucking approved it.
Oh, are we getting that?
I don't know if we were getting it, but...
What's this wee shit?
Listen, I'm still surprised I qualified for the first one.
Same. I was just like, well, so that's the thing is because with the first one, it was based on your income tax return from the beginning of the year, so they didn't have any changes. So, like, I got one, but I only was in my new position with my new pay jump for like 2 months, and it didn't really register that much on my tax return for that year. And so...
And I didn't pay taxes last year.
I still have roughly the same job, and I
legally. Let me
legally, he legally did not pay taxes. Yeah, we're not revealing anything about Zach right now. He was legitimately in a position where he did not have to pay taxes.
I spent 330 days total outside the U.S. last year. I legally did not have to pay taxes. Yeah, hold on. Let me just perjure myself on the Sam versus Sam.
Yeah, exactly.
Zach James, author and guy who avoids taxes.
Tax evasionist. Wouldn't that be something if, like, there's a court case going on and then suddenly this episode of the vidcast is played as evidence?
Your Honor, I present
this is the fucking smoking gun.
This YouTube video.
We've been trying to get this motherfucker since Yugoslavia. Finally got him.
How did you not guess that we've been, like, secretly just gaining information on you? He's literally wearing a hat that says produced by Dick Wolf. Like, that's on the nose, bud.
Yeah, this shit's going straight to Law and Order, baby.
All the way up.
And the three of us are going straight to Vegas.
Imagine he's on the run from tax evasion. Like, hey guys, you want to take a vacation?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Vegas.
And I'm dumb enough to be like, yeah, no, that's great. We can like go play blackjack and poker, and then why are you pushing me towards the street?
Well, that was the first time I almost killed someone in 2017. The second time was after my grandfather had died, and it was the day of his funeral and his wake, and I was in charge of going to get like the balloons and stuff like that. And while I'm driving back to my grandparents' house to go drop the stuff off, I see walking along the road two of our very frequent flyers at the hospital who every fucking time they came to the hospital caused an issue and just made everyone's life hell. And I was all fucked up because my grandfather had just died. So I'm sitting there driving. I'm like, it'd be real easy to say I lost control and just fucking plow into these two. The only reason I didn't was because I didn't want the cake and the balloons to be late getting to my grandparents' house.
Not the reckless loss of human life. It's the cake and the balloons.
Those two caused so much shit. Whenever they fucking came, what Cole? Did you see a ghost?
No, I just heard one. I think someone just Jake braked out by my apartment, and it was loud as shit.
Jake braked.
Every time those two fucking came, it was funny because actually I'd seen them both in the hospital like 2 days before my grandfather had actually died, and I still went into work and I was all messed up, and they started that shit and I'm just standing there and just fucking I'd been crying all day, so my fucking eyes were all bloodshot. They're like, what? And I was like, is today the day we're gonna do this? Is today really the day we're gonna do this? And like they could just tell, so they fucking went back into their fucking room and fucking calmed the fuck down.
Good, fuck them.
But literally, I'm like, fucking 5 degrees to the right, and I could just make everyone's life a lot easier.
Well, if you think about it, like it was the fact that you were out getting balloons and cake is the reason why you even saw them in the first place.
Fair.
So, you know,
I just want to clarify. Cole is still the channel serial killer.
Yes. Cole is still a resident serial killer.
I've never talked about like wanting to kill people on this channel.
I never acted on him. And the first one was to protect my family. That would have been a fucking...
That's why you have the corpse of Dermot behind you.
He's not a corpse. He's just hanging out there. I couldn't get him to like sit on it. The fucking the tension on the handle is too loose, so it just kept falling off. So I have to like jam him in there.
This is my favorite position to sit in, motherfucker.
I watched Muppets Christmas Carol the other day, and the only thing I could think of was, yeah, I'm gonna go home and fuck my pig wife.
You see me? You see me, motherfucker? Do you think I want to be here? You think I want to go home? I don't want to go home. I'm gonna go home and fuck my pig wife. You want to go and fuck my pig wife? Don't look at her.
All right, look at my pig wife. Children, look at my pig wife. Look.
Excuse me, Mr. Kermit? I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm Jewish. Detention.
I'll kill you, motherfucker!
He gets like really defensive anytime he watches the first episode of Black Mirror.
Shit. So did you know that in the Muppets canon, Kermit and Miss Piggy broke up?
I did not know that. Yeah, man.
He is now I can't remember what her name is, but he is now dating somebody else who is also a pig. So Kermit has got a very, very defined type.
I'm gonna go home and pork my wife. You know what I mean? You're here.
Waka waka.
My literal pig wife.
Fozzie Bear there.
He likes to watch.
You know Fozzie Bear likes to watch.
Rule 34 orders, do your thing.
The fact that you said it means that it's already happening, but I'd like to create a solemn plea to the universe to make it not happen.
Throw my chakra out there real quick and hope for the best.
The other thing about the Muppets Christmas Carol is that, like, inexplicably, Kermit and Miss Piggy's kids, they have 2 pig children and 2 frog children.
How does that work?
I don't have any weird creepy frog pig hybrid children. They're very clearly defined. The boys are frogs. The
I
girls
want to see that worked out on that stupid fucking square thing that we had to learn in biology in high school.
The Punnett square, is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see the calculations on that.
I would just like to see like Tim Henson come back and they're like, all right, so what I missed? They're like, well, here, and he just looks like, what the fuck did you guys do?
Well, I still wish that they did have a fucked up hybrid where it's like, oh, Kermit Jr. is like, help me! That was all fucked up.
Jim Henson, that's Tim Henson. Tim Henson's guitarist. Jim Henson, yeah.
Tim Henson is the creator of the Muppets, the much less popular spin-off series because he wasn't quick enough with the trademark and the copyright.
Jim Henson's probably made the
Muppets. What is your guys' favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas Vacation. Easy.
Okay.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Ooh, that's a classic. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen It's a Wonderful Life since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Does it still hold up?
Oh, it holds up even more as an adult now. Because basically, it's the story of fucking this guy who's got all these dreams and they don't happen, and everyone else achieves their dreams around him, and he gets fed up with everything.
Yeah, that got real. Yeah, that got really real quick.
Fuck 2020.
Yeah.
I think.
Go on.
You were saying.
I have a couple that I usually watch every year. And I think one of my favorite ones, and I talked about it in another video that you'll have seen this week, but one of my favorite is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a classic one. I haven't watched it in a while, and I think looking at it now, because it's been a couple years since I've seen it, but Love Actually.
That's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a while. That's a very good one.
It's my dad's favorite.
I used to watch that every single year, and I don't know why I haven't watched it recently, but I'd be interested in watching it again. People are talking about it now, and they're like,
about 15
Real
years
against
too
it.
late.
Yeah. They're really against it because apparently like it's kind of all very problematic. There's a lot of problematic stuff that
come
happens.
out?
Oh, like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was like
2003.
Damn.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was that
way
old.
early 2000s.
I thought it was 05.
Nope, very early 2000s. I will say that the whole subplot with like Keira Knightley and Andrew Lincoln and Chiwetel Ejiofor was a little problematic. Where like Andrew Lincoln's just really mean to Keira Knightley for no reason because he loves her, and then he like confesses his love after they've been married outside of the door of his best friend's house. Like after they're like, seems a little
That's kind of weird.
not chill. And she's just like, oh my god, and it's not cute. It's kind of not cute. Like it's not cute. It's not a good look for either of them.
It cuts to the realistic version of that, where it's a distant future where I'm married and there's some fucking scumbag who's like giving these giving the silent fucking things to my wife, and I'm like, why the fuck is the door open? Who the fuck's on the camera?
But yeah, that wouldn't work these days because fucking you just check the Ring camera and you'd see it was your best friend confessing his love to your wife.
Hey man, as a New Year's gift, I'm going to take you to Vegas with me.
Is that a euphemism now? We're going to take him to Vegas?
I think so. I think I've created that as a euphemism.
I like it. I think that's good.
Feel free to use it, and use it with people outside of the vidcast, and don't give them context either. Be like, man, he keeps that up. I think I might take it to Vegas. Because they might think it's a thinly veiled like reference to Casino, but the reality is even funnier.
Much funnier. This is actually the first it's not my first Christmas as a channel, but it's the first Christmas I've like done anything for as far as content goes. Yes, and do you guys like what is like some because this year you gotta be careful. You don't want to damage this fucking instrument right here. You gotta be careful.
Instrument, please. If this isn't goddamn, you'd be doing a lot of people a lot of favors.
What if Zach like screamed so loud and damaged his voice so much that he just sounded like an automaton all the time?
He had to use the automaton as like
to
a
speak.
voice box.
It was like you remember. Yeah, I was gonna say you remember those old like anti-smoking commercials. You remember those old anti-cigarette commercials where they were just like, they're just like, I used to have a beautiful voice.
I was gonna say you just have to do the Colonel voice.
But no, just like a more measured. But now I talk like this because of cigarettes. And then just like
so Zach, and he's just like,
well, actually, no. For the more somber ones, it would be like, or no. Mm-hmm. There it is. That's the low one.
So somber. But
then I'm like, but it turns out I'm actually like talking at a birthday party, so then I'm like,
oh my god!
Who would have thought that my two best comedy props would have been an automaton and a Glock 45?
That's all you need to be funny, Zach. You just start a stand-up career.
The gun is unloaded, and it's fucking
clear.
Chambers clear.
It's all good.
I don't advocate fucking unsafe
more
gun
dangerous
handling.
carrot head or carrot top.
I do want to fucking fuck carrot top. I do want to bring mention to the fact that I think Zach is like a prime example of a good gun owner.
Oh yeah,
because like he knows everything about them. He is safe with them. Like he does everything right. So
well, I appreciate that, and yes, there is no excuse for improper firearms handling.
People can have their guns. Treat them like what they are.
Yeah, just don't be the jackass that does something stupid that then has them trying to fucking take them away.
Mm-hmm. No. Your PSA for Merry Christmas. Take care of your guns.
Take care of your guns.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
If you're cold, they're cold. Take them inside. That's what I want to do. Is I want to do
Zach's gonna start up like
a
rescue for lost guns.
It's like It's like the fucking, the commercials, in the arms of an angel, but it's like a Glock in like a dusty box, or like it's all like not oiled up. And
For pennies a day, and whatever the cost of ammo is right now.
Oh, that's expensive as shit. Yeah, no, for pennies a day, you too can take home an AR-15, just like...
This is that buyback program that everybody keeps on talking about. They're just going to give them to Zach.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'd be A-okay. I don't think I showed this one on the cast, actually. This is my AR-15.
Not on the cast. You did in the Zillow episode we did, but not on the...
No, I showed the scar in that one.
Oh, you did show that. Oh my god, look at that.
This one's the fun one.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. From our family to yours. Have a safe and happy holidays.
You need to do a Christmas card. And you're just cradling your AR-15 in front of a Christmas tree. You're just like... and Dermot.
Dermot's got like a mini 14.
Oh my god.
That's the family pet.
The AR is the family pet.
No, I was saying the Boomba is the family pet.
Oh yeah, the Boomba. Did you guys see that? Meme that I sent you guys the other day, the cyberpunk meme, where it was just like a chainsaw on a Roomba and this dog in the background looking real scared.
I did see that.
That's something. Cyberpunk. Did you see the fucking? So Sony.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that today, actually.
Sony was like, we're giving people who bought Cyberpunk on the PlayStation refunds, and we're delisting it from the PlayStation Store, which I don't know has ever happened. Yeah, I don't know if that's happened with such a high-profile game before.
You know what it should have happened with fucking Death Stranding?
Yep. 100%. Yes. Fuck that game.
Fuck that game.
Here's what I'll give Death Stranding, and I can't believe I'm doing this.
You're about to defend Death Stranding.
I am about to defend Death Stranding.
I may agree with him if he's going to talk about the point that I'm going to talk about.
We'll see. The reason why Cyberpunk is being pulled down is because it just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. There's glitches everywhere. It's bad.
Oh yeah, it's especially
base consoles.
I'm playing it on an Xbox One S, like the white one that came out back in like 2015, 2016. It's real bad on that.
So all this being said, going back to the original point, at the very least, Death Stranding was a mechanically sound game. I didn't have a lot of glitches. It was released and it worked as it should have.
So that's another point that I can agree on.
So what was your point?
I was just going to say that outside of how fucking convoluted the story was and all that, like the actual like going into the map and planning your route and kind of walking.
Yeah. When
you didn't have a fuck ton of shit that was messing with your center of gravity, which, by the way, nice way to fucking teach us about that, you fucking idiots.
So, okay, so
that pissed me off when you sent me that video.
That got me too.
Barry Kramer, who used to be the Game Grumps editor, has his own channel now since he left the Game Grumps. And he does a lot of streaming, but he puts videos on YouTube every so often. And I hadn't watched a lot of his videos recently, so I was like, I haven't seen the Death Stranding one. I'll see what he thinks. And I was watching it. So in Death Stranding, there is when you stack up your boxes, there is a little circle underneath you. Usually what I would do is I would just auto stack my stuff, and I thought that was the optimal stack. That's what you would think because it's auto stacked by the game. Apparently, you have to balance against your center of gravity, and the auto stack doesn't do that automatically. And you can tell because that little fucking circle underneath you shifts and moves to show where your center of gravity has now moved to. And if it's not blue, you're fucking wobbling all over the place. Now,
not once.
In a game.
Not once was this mentioned as a fucking tutorial. I got 17 million goddamn notifications about how to make piss grenades and how to use the fucking chiral network, but not once did I get the goddamn center of gravity fucking notification. So instead, like Sam said, I'm wibble wobbling all over the place, trying to get my goddamn shit all over the place. I'm falling down, my shit's scattered in the fucking river, BB's crying, and I want to kill myself because I don't know about the fucking center of gravity.
In a game. That was laden, just riddled with like the tutorials in this game
turn them off.
And pop-ups.
It was like goddamn Twitter notifications.
And they might as well have been fucking viruses populating your game as how much they popped up. Not one time did they explain the center of gravity.
Nope.
Not once.
Nope.
And that might have made it even like a good game to play at the very least. Wouldn't have fixed the story, but it would have made the gameplay better to know about that. They don't explain what it is.
Nope.
They just expect you to infer. How the fuck? It's been over a year since this game came out and I'm still mad at it.
But anyway, I digress.
Anyway.
The actual going through and looking at the map and plotting out your routes and actually traveling when you could travel and you're not going, whoa, and fucking doing fucking stage falls and all that. That was actually enjoyable because the game is very pretty to look at.
It is very pretty to look at for sure.
There's fucking things you learn. I was just like, I wish I never watched that video that day because it just made me mad
Well,
all
the
over.
best was, so Sam, I guess, rewound it and then recorded that and sent it to us in the video. And
I wasn't gonna fucking live with that by myself. Are you fucking kidding
all
me?
you hear is the audio of the video. It's this isn't a dig at you, dude. But the video's going and Barry's talking about it, and then it pauses and all you hear is Sam go,
Are you fucking kidding me?
to which I'm sure Cole, because I know I had the same reaction of when, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, I was at Chanel's and I was just like, fuck that game. I just threw my phone across the room. I was like, no. I was furious.
Fuck that game.
It made me want to retroactively yeet my PlayStation out of a window.
And
I live on the third floor. I could have yeeted off a balcony and it would have been very satisfying.
I bet if I shot put it mine hard enough, I could get it from the balcony or from my window to the pool.
Ooh, that would be fun.
I lent my copy of Death Stranding to a buddy of mine. I've never asked for it back. I never want to see that game ever again.
You could pull a Dark Souls like I did, or a Demon Souls like I did, and just yeet it out your window and just solve that problem. I'm on the digital video game train, so I'm stuck with it.
Unfortunately, I am too, Sam.
Would you guys believe, and I think I texted this to you, but I can't remember. Would you guys believe that I kept that motherfucker on my PlayStation for another month after we finished playing it because I foolishly thought, maybe I'll go back to it?
Dude, I didn't delete it until like 3 months ago because I forgot about it.
I haven't seen it since we beat the game.
Because I forgot that it was on there because I had I was just playing different games, so it just was never right in the front of my queue.
Like the only thing from Death Stranding that I still have is that guy.
Oh yeah, and you still haven't even put it on anything.
What's up?
You still haven't even put it on anything. It's just kind of
well, I mean, it's one of those the weird ones. Like you have to sew it on, and I suck at sewing.
Oh, that's what that patch. That's the reason why that's on my wall and not
what, the pill?
Not my jacket, the pill. So I got that because I wanted to put it on. So I have my vest, but then I also have a black denim jacket, like long sleeve, that I wear like when it gets colder. And I wanted to put that pill, the Akira pill, on the back of it, but I got it and it's not an iron on it; it's a sewing one. So I have to.
I will say
figure out how to do that.
The other thing that I still retain from Death Stranding is two of the songs for the soundtrack that are really good, which is BB's theme and Once There Was an Explosion.
I do still like why can't I remember the name? The band.
Ludens?
No. I like Ludens because it's Bring Me the Horizon. No, the band that had all the songs when you would hit the things fucking.
Fuck.
Hold on, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Shit.
We like the really chill music.
Yeah.
Low Roar.
Low roar. Yeah, I still really like Low Roar.
Oh yeah, those songs are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this year is super different, obviously, 2020. I usually am with some kind of family for Christmas every year. This year's very different, so I have my friends that were kind of like, my quarantine bubble, my bubble pod.
Your bubble boys.
Damn it, Cole!
Yeah.
It's like Cole and Zach had the twin brain today.
Yeah, but it was a little faster on the draw.
Something terrible is about to happen.
It's fine. It's building. Me and Zach have 4 years on you. You need to catch up. So
it's not near me. I don't have it near me.
No, I'm looking. This isn't for either of you guys. I'm looking for whatever's coming.
And I'm spending Christmas with some friends here in Washington, but I'm so used to seeing my family and doing stuff with my family. So I want to talk about like, you know, what are some traditions that you guys would usually do for Christmas, growing up, or you know.
I mean, we would always just go back. We'd always go to Inglewood, to my nan's house. But we haven't done that in a long time. So I really don't have too many big traditions. Like, I'd go back for like Christmas Eve to like go hang out like at hometown bar. Like, you do that and you see everyone, you're like, hey, what's up? And then wake up over at my mom's place, and then we'll have like Christmas there, and then me and my mom would go over to my dad's and have Christmas with him, and then I'd fucking book it back to Chattanooga.
Get out while you can.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah,
stuff.
there was nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Right, Zach?
Pretty much the same. After my dad got custody of me, I mean, it all depended on which parent had custody of me. So when my mom had custody of me, spent Christmas Day with her and her family, and then the day after I'd go over to my dad's, and then vice versa once my dad got me. But other than that, really no real tradition. I mean, I guess our biggest tradition now, which started back in 2017, is now we just watch movies all day. So we watch It's a Wonderful Life, we watch Die Hard, we watch The First Lethal Weapon, which is also a Christmas movie, just like Die Hard.
No, that's the thing. Everybody's so focused on Die Hard, nobody's thinking about Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
and that's a critical mistake.
Which
that's
is
a critical mistake.
Phenomenal film. I fucking love that movie so much. That movie is what made me want to live in a trailer on the beach, so I could be like Riggs.
I do want to make mention here really quickly. I have a public service announcement for people out there. Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie, but thinking that Die Hard is a Christmas movie is not a personality type.
No, not at all.
No.
Move on.
That's not the hill to die on.
Yeah.
I'm going to caveat on that PSA. Being fucking obsessed with star signs and all that also doesn't constitute a personality.
Nope.
There you go. Had to get that off my chest.
I like astrology for a bit of fun. I do.
That's right, but you don't base I can't be friends with him because he's a fucking Sagittarius. The fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't want to be friends with him because he's a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nothing to do with being
his personality, something you fucking lack severely.
It's not because you're a Scorpio, Bethany. You just suck.
Yeah.
Bethany.
Yeah.
But that's like
Bethany
there's like a
would definitely be a name of a fucking astrology person too.
Yeah. There's a
crystals ain't doing shit either.
There's a contingent of dudes just waiting for their time of year, which is this month, so that they can get on the dating apps and ask about Die Hard, what girls think about Die Hard. There is just a wall of dudes waiting for that.
And it's also, those are the same dudes that never left their hometown and fucking drive either a jacked up F-150 or just a shitbox. But that shitbox sedan has, such a good fucking sound system that the bass is great. It's so great, in fact, that it sounds like it's going to rattle your fucking shitbox apart.
Would you say that it is the Ace of Base?
You're about to fucking... You're about to hit the resonance frequency for tearing your car apart. Ace of Base. Listen, I would have mad respect for someone that drove by like a fucking, 1995 fucking Corolla that looks like it's about to rust apart, but they were blasting Ace of Base with their sound system. Oh, that she wants. Here's another baby.
On tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
I love Ace of Base.
Well, Sam seems to be incapacitated for the moment, so I guess we'll just drive along.
That's one of the first times I've been broken where I didn't laugh hysterically. That was all internalized, and I'm evolving. It seems. My Christmases was really, because again, like Zach, I didn't spend every Christmas with the same people because divorce and what have you, and so I just remember it was that whole thing where when I was a kid, you would get to open up socks the night before, and then Christmas.
Yeah, we always had one predetermined present that we could open Christmas Eve,
and then and then just do stuff. As an adult, I don't remember a lot of the younger years of what I did. I did remember. So my grandpa, on my mom's side, he's this like really grumpy old Canadian man. Like he's from Ottawa, I think, or somewhere in that area of Canada. He's just like really like former Navy, like all this other stuff.
Hell yeah.
But like every single year, this man would deck out the dining room, like front room area with the little Christmas village stuff. So he'd set like the fake snow out, and like you would get those ceramic houses.
That's funny because my grandmother used to do that too. She still does, but at a much smaller scale now.
Yeah, I think my grandpa does it at a smaller scale now too, just because like there's no kids like at home normally.
But anymore. I mean, I'm talking these buildings had like individual light switches that she would put on a time. And of course, my grandfather was a handyman, so he would help with all this stuff. You know, and there were trains going, and then they had like a little fake patch of ice that was the lake, and the figure skaters would be going around on it and shit like that. Like it was awesome.
They were elaborate, yeah. And it would just be like because the way that my grandparents' house was set up when I was a kid, and it's still kind of the same way now, is you'd walk into the front door, and right next to the front door there were the stairs, and then you would have like a little front room, living room area, and then behind that would be the dining room that would lead into the kitchen that led into the living room. And so that front area with the dining room and the front seating area would be where he would set it all up. And so there was this table, there were two tables, behind the couch in the sitting area, and then right next to the dining room table, and he would set those tables up. He would set up the area in the sitting room, and it would just be this like elaborate winter wonderland. He would always do it when I was asleep, so I'd wake up and come downstairs, and there'd be winter wonderland set up. It was very cool.
We used to play a lot of like board games. I remember that for my childhood. We played like
board games are fun, like
which sucks because we don't do it anymore. They stopped doing it because of my dad. Because they would always play Trivia Pursuit, and my dad was a history professor out of college and knows a lot of trivia. So we're like, all right, we're fucking done with this. I'm like, no, I finally got smart. I want to do this now.
That's like how we would never play. We never played Monopoly with my grandfather because he did. He was like he worked in the finance section when he was in the Marine Corps, and then like he was like manager material when he worked at Sears and all that, so he knew how money worked and he knew how to make fucking deals and shit like that. So it was just an inevitability where you'd be like, oh, I'm winning, and then the next round all your money went to grandpa, and you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
All your money went to grandpa. A Christmas Story.
All your betting money went to grandpa. That's a good question. What is your favorite Christmas song?
Shoot 'em up, my boss.
I am a slut for Christmas music.
Time out, Zach, because Cole I think just said "Shoot 'em Up" by Nas.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to... A, I've never heard that song, and B, I'm not even going to acknowledge it. So like I was saying, I'm a slut for Christmas music. Fucking
I love Christmas. You were listening to Christmas music before we started playing Metal Gear.
Once fucking Thanksgiving hits, I go all into the Christmas music scene. And actually, that's a pet peeve I want to air too. I hate this fucking big buildup of Christmas music. Like it's starting in fucking October now.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining about that. I love Christmas music. I hate though how you got this big buildup and it's going. Fucking December 26th, no more Christmas music on the radio. I fucking hate that. Let us go to January 2nd. Go to January. Give us another week. Where I'm listening to Christmas music when it's still fucking winter. Because after that, especially in the Northeast, fucking Christmas, Christmas ends and it goes from being this holly jolly fucking winter wonderland to just bleak, just gray and brown for fucking 3 months where we're all trying not to kill ourselves because we're all fucking depressed. Sun lamps that you need and shit like that, which those work. And if you get seasonal depression, you should absolutely get one.
So absolutely. It's especially good out here because Seattle's also gray.
Seattle's gray fucking throughout the year. So
I was going to do my best to try and prove why I like Shoot 'em Up as my favorite Christmas, but I was going to play it, and I realized I can't do that on YouTube.
Why?
Because you'll get a strike.
Oh, you were going to play?
Yeah, I was going to play a snippet. It's just Carol of the Bells.
Is it? Well, that's is it less than 10? Can you play less than 10 seconds and still be effective? Then do it. 10 seconds is the limit. It'll cut us at. It'll get us at more than 10 seconds.
It's just fucking Carol of the Bells.
I didn't,
144,
like I said,
245, 3 loaded clips. Like, I mean, it does the exact same thing.
Right,
it's just a more fun Christmas song. I'm
Um,
sorry, the rest of them kind of suck, except for, I don't know how, but They Found Me. Their Christmas album slaps.
I'll have to give it a listen because I've never actually heard it, so I can't really pass judgment. But I'm much more of a classical Christmas music. My favorite one, though, it's a tie between. Well, it's a tie, but they're also vastly different in genre. Of anything by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah. Okay.
But also that sort of more melancholy. I forget what the fuck it's called. But that sort of melancholy. Christmas Time Is Here from the fucking from the Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
Okay. Christmas time.
I thought of another one, and you're both gonna hate me for it, but I don't care. Saint Brick by Gucci Mane. That one was also awesome.
I'm getting the big one.
Oh God.
It's literally a Christmas song. He calls himself the East Atlanta Santa, man.
Hold on. I gotta call somebody. Zach's gonna kill you, and I don't want you to die.
This is the hill I'm willing to die on. This one right here. This one, I'm willing to die on it.
I got the big one.
Come on, then, motherfucker.
You are gonna die on it. Cole, watch the fuck out. You are gonna die on this hill. What is mine? So I think that mine is probably All I Want for Christmas Is You, but not necessarily because. Are you good? Are you smelling your gun?
Yeah, I need to clean it. I love the smell of cordite, which is burnt gunpowder.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not to the level like Deadpool levels where he's like inhaling the smoke, but
but like when you're at a range and you just get this. Yeah. Okay, so I think my favorite is All I Want for Christmas Is You, and not necessarily because I like the song a lot, but it's because I like everybody who's done versions of it.
Yeah.
It's My Chemical Romance has a version.
That's what I was
really
say.
Good. There is a version. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the guy. What his name is?
Is it Leo?
I think it's no.
The guy who does metal covers of all the Christmas songs.
August Burns Red does a lot of those.
Yeah, they do. Chase Holfelder, I think his name is.
Yeah, you sent that to me last year.
I did. Yeah, I did. But he did a version of it that was it was Chase Holfelder and Kurt Hugo Snyder did a version of it that was minor key, and I fucking love that version. So
next year they're gonna release one in G major.
Yeah, but yeah, I think just because of how like versatile it is, I like it. Also, Last Christmas by Wham.
I haven't heard it this year.
I lost.
I haven't heard it this year either.
So I lost on the 14th last year because I was at a Christmas party. And it was on the shuffle, which I figured it would be. I played a risky game and I lost. But this year, I was like, I'll be easy to win Wham Miss. I don't really go to stores that much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be in places where I'll hear it. And then I was talking about how much fun it was playing with my friends Lindsay and Marissa in our group text. And we were just like, oh, yeah, that was so much fun. And Lindsay was like, well, you could still play. Just play it. And it's like, well, just put on a Christmas shuffle. I was like, well, the fun is like not knowing when you're going to hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, that makes sense. About 3 hours later, Lindsay texts the group a video. And me and Marissa both independently play the video. And guess what Lindsay is playing in the background of her video?
That's
it's
cheating.
not fucking
That's cheating.
Last Christmas. Well, no, it's not cheating.
Because she didn't send them a video where that's all the audio is.
She sent her a video of her with it in the background.
Yeah, so it
and
wasn't
she did it
intentional.
intentionally.
Oh,
well, it was intentional.
Oh, that doesn't
she
count.
She did do
then.
it. Well,
if there's intention behind it, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I was like, so she's trying to make you lose.
Yeah, you're still
fair.
in the running. Then you've already surpassed yourself last year.
That's very true. It is as we're recording this, it is actually the 18th, 1 week before Christmas. we still got time, but I might be able to make it. That is one of the rules of Whammas. That, but also you cannot make one unto another lose Whammas intentionally.
Because you lose by like listening to it.
Well,
you lose by recording it. Like you're listening to it.
Well, no. Well, that's the thing too. Is even if you haven't listened to it yet, but you send it. Like, say you fucking look at the music video and you pause it before you hear it, and then you send it to someone, you lose by doing that.
Yeah.
That's so. For those who don't know what we're talking about, there's a game, and I call it Wham Miss, but I think it has other names. But basically, the song "Last Christmas" by Wham. You cannot hear that song between the days of December 1st and December 25th.
Does it count if you hear it in your head?
No,
okay.
Because it's not playing out loud. It can't be another version of it. It has to be the Wham version. But if you hear it in a store, if it comes on the radio, if it comes on a music shuffle, anything like that, you lose Wham Miss. And there's not really a prize for it. But,
because it sucks because you don't listen to Last Christmas.
Well, no, because if
just
you lose...
the Wham version. You can still listen to it. It's just the Wham version.
Yeah, but the Wham version's the best version.
Yeah,
exactly. We're not arguing that.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So basically, that's the game, and one of the rules is that like you can't force somebody. Like if you're scheming to like play the song to make somebody lose, it doesn't count. It has to be upon circumstance. Like it can't be an intentional thing. And so that is when at least the way that I hello. Okay. At least the way that I play it. So.
That fucking goblin run out and knock some shit over again?
That's what it seems like. Something fell, but I don't know what fell. So nothing's on the floor.
I'd like to mention it's one of the purple guys from Smiling Friends. Hello.
Yeah,
I just wanted my cheese.
You had to do it, man. It's okay.
Like, I'm glad that Hell of a Boss has more episodes. They need to start making more episodes of Smiling Friends.
They really do. You think they're so supposed to make me happy? I'm not gonna say that.
And I'm gonna make you watch.
Anyway, what else do we got, boys?
What else do we got? I feel like it's a little too early to end it. It is their Christmas special after all.
Yeah, because normally they're between like 35 to 40 minutes. We've been going for 50. I mean, what else do we have to talk about? What other holiday themed things should we talk about?
Opinions on eggnog?
I'm not a big eggnog fan.
What did you just call me?
What?
I was like, oh,
that's my favorite thing.
I think I just missed something.
I was like, wait, is that a thing? I gotta write that down.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
Can't say it with a hard G.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do is like when I kind of mishear somebody, and I knew what you said, but when I kind of like mishear somebody, I'll be like, "What did you just call me?" And they'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm just fucking with you."
I like overreacting, but I'll be like, "Don't fucking look at me in that tone of voice."
That's a good one too. Do you guys like eggnog?
Yeah.
Is eggnog
not a big? Well, when I had it a few years ago, I wasn't the biggest fan, so I haven't had it since. I may give it a try again this year because I'm a lonely single guy in a studio apartment. So
yeah, I used to hate eggnog, and then I don't know what happened. But this has happened with a lot of stuff that I used to hate that I like now. But like I just tried it one day, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. That's how it was for me. I mean, like I hated it, and then one day, like Brooke brought some home, and he's like, "Hey, you want to drink some?" I was like, "Not really." He's like, "What if I put rum in it?" I'm like, "Probably still not really, but you're really adamant about this, so let's do it." And it was good. Just both alcoholic and non-alcoholic.
There was 1 year. Holiday season 2018. So the thing about where I work is that what they do is they have these coolers at work, and there's like free soda, free juice, free sparkling water, like free milk, free drinks to drink.
Nice,
which is very cool. And 1 year, the holiday season of 2018, they had eggnog, cartons of eggnog. You could just go in and get some eggnog, and it was like the greatest thing in my life. 2019, guess who didn't have eggnog again?
Fuck your work.
Tell me about it.
Christmas season 2018, because that was when I got back from Africa, so I spent most of that time very drunk. and my dad and myself and my grandfather were doing shots, and my young cousin wanted to get in on this, so we taught him how to do shots with orange soda, and it was the best.
How young?
Like 6 years old.
That's adorable.
But the best was, so, we're doing regular shots of we're doing Jameson and Johnny Walker Red and shit like that. And, you're getting that burn afterwards. So, you do the shot and you're so like, ah. Well, what was funny is he was doing it with orange soda and the fizz would get him. So he'd have the same reaction.
That's so cute.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? The time when I was on a FaceTime call with Cole and Chanel and I shotgunned a LaCroix just to prove a point.
When did this happen?
It was. I can't remember exactly. It was maybe like a month ago.
Oh,
maybe?
so when I was on the hiatus.
Yeah. I can't remember. It was while you were on the
I
hiatus.
forget
But
what we were talking about with it.
I don't forget what we were talking about. So Chanel was adamant that it would be easier to chug a shotgun a can of soup.
It's not. I know you're watching.
Hold on. What kind of soup we talking? Because if we're talking like the little Campbell's chicken noodle where you have to add another cup of water, I can see that. But if you're talking like Progresso fucking chunky steak and mushroom or steak and potato thing, yeah, you ain't doing that shit.
But that's the thing is that do you think it would be easier to shotgun that Campbell's chicken noodle or just a fucking Whiteclaw?
Yeah.
Oh, Whiteclaw.
I know
100%.
Easily a Whiteclaw.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're on this call, and me and Cole are desperately.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll burn, but you'll be able to do it, and it's because
Why don't we
it's
just have
liquid.
Chanel do the soup thing on the next video?
I tried to get her to do it, and she wouldn't do it. And then I made soup because I wanted soup, and it sounded really
God,
good.
soup does sound really good.
Now I'm thinking about going to buy a
doesn't
White
it?
Claw shotgun. I think I'm gonna do that.
But
I drink White Claws with a fucking straw.
You know what?
The quicker I can get it to my liver, the better. That's my fucking. That's how I look at it.
But that's the thing. And so I want to preface, not preface because we've been talking about it, but I want to just inject here that usually when Cole and Chanel are having a tiff about something like that, I am usually 100% on Chanel's side.
Yeah.
Because Cole's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I love you very much.
Most of the time we are clearly biased and we side against Cole.
Yeah. I can't remember what it might have been on a call with all four of us, but I was just like, it'll be a shame if you guys ever break up because it's going to be a shame to have to keep Chanel and lose you.
Oh yeah, I think that was the first call after our hiatus.
That's right.
After my hiatus when I got back.
Yeah, I think it was. So we were talking about this, and usually I'm very much in Chanel's corner, but this is the one time I was just like, Cole's right. This is fucking insane. And, I can think of no better way to end the holiday season than, and by, let's see if I can pop this open. There we go.
There he goes.
By shotgunning a LaCroix on the last vidcast of the year. Hold on. Cheers,
Merry Christmas, Sam. That looks painful.
Oh!
Dude, that was the hardest. That was the hardest 15 seconds not to crack a joke to try to make him do a spit take. I had 4 fucking locked, cocked, and ready to go. Fucking locked, cocked, and ready to Glock.
Let him off right now.
No, it's not the same now. The only acceptable reason would have been to fucking get you to spit take while you were shotgunning that LaCroix. Merry Christmas, everyone! I'll cover the camera for you, Sam.
Merry Christmas! Still easier than soup, Chanel! Bye! Bye!